Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Right, I'm going to tell you straight from the beginning so you don't waste your time. If you don't own a Pakayak and you're not planning on ever buying a Pakayak and you don't know anyone with a Pakayak, I won't bother watching any more of this video, right? Because this is just about how I solved a problem with a Pakayak. Alright, so you've been warned. But if you want to keep watching and figure out what the problem was and how I solved it, great. Okay. Right, on with the video. Right, I even mentioned in my maiden that when you buy the Pakayak, the thigh braces are almost a necessity because of the way it's made for nesting on top of each other. The inside, the curvature of it, you need the thigh braces. Alright, well you pick them up from Pakayak, I'll put a picture up. You pick them up from Pakayak, they're quite expensive in my opinion. Alright, for what they are. In fact they're very expensive for what they are. But with the thigh braces, which work great, right? I actually got one here to show you. This is your thigh brace. You put a piece of Velcro on and the Velcro, the other side sticks onto your boat. It's so you can take them off and on at the end of your paddle because you can't leave them in because once again of it nesting on top of each other. But this part works pretty good even though it's just a cheap bit of foam. You know, you're talking pennies really, you're talking pennies and they charge a fortune really. And that's how it comes, just bit of grey foam, and you get 4 bits. You get 2 for your thighs and 2 for your hips, which moves me on perfectly. I mentioned the hip parts because they all come together, all 4 bits. The hip pads are useless. Right, I'm a big bloke, I'm 12 stone, I'm not a skinny little guy, and when I put the hip pads in there was still about 3 or 4 inches on either side before even touching them, so they was absolutely useless to me. Right, so what I've done, how have I solved this? Right, buy whatever you want, but I picked up some of these hip pads, right? And you see the strap on the side. The first thing I did was cut the strap off, and I ended up with this. Well, 2 of them. I cut the strap off because they're designed to fasten onto your boat. Well, you can't with a Pakayak. These aren't designed for a Pakayak or out like that. But, right, they come, let me open this up. They come in a bag, not in a bag, they come similar to like a pouch, and you can add more padding. They do come with 2 big pieces of padding, which I put in, but it still wasn't close enough for me, so I needed some more padding. So what I did was the actual hip pads that I bought from Pakayak, I chopped off, if you imagine it like that, I chopped off the end and I used the rest of it to squash in, right, to make the hip pad even bigger. And with these particular ones, I don't know about any other brand, but these particular hip pads, right, they all come with the Velcro. You get me? So you bought the set from Pakayak because you need these, or you might have been able to pick them up somewhere else. So you've already got the Velcro from the hip pads connected to your boat anyway, and these come with a rough side all ready to go. And it's a perfect fit for me. Right, but there's still enough room in there to get another piece of foam in, or take a piece out, or whatever. The 2 pieces might be enough for you. Right, for me, I needed the 3 pieces. There's enough room, could stretch it to get another piece in, but that would be the max. But now these are a perfect fit. They hold me in, right, but not too tight that I can't get in and out of the boat. Obviously, in case of emergency, the old cappy. Right, but they're comfortable. I can control the boat with my hips, so they're perfect for edging and things like that. You've got control, right? In other words, this system that I've used works, right? And that's, I mean, you might have already thought of this, somebody else, but I just thought I wanted to share because it is a problem with the hip pads that come with these thigh braces, which the thigh braces work. They're cheap and nasty, bitter, but they work, right? But you might be able to pick them up cheaper somewhere else, I don't know. It's just that when I bought the Pakayak, I heard about the thigh brace problem. So I ordered them straight away. But if you look round, you probably get them cheaper. Sorry Pakayak, love your KAYAK. Your hip pads and your braces are just too expensive, and that's all I'll say on that. But yeah, so there is a slight twist with these though. Now you've made it quite bulky, they're quite firm, right? Whereas on the hip pads they were a bit more flexible and they're just stuck in, you get me, even though the big gap was useless. But because these are quite firm, there's a trick to getting them in a knack. Alright, so I'll take you down to the boat and I'll show you me putting them in. And they do hold in place, so if the boat did go upside down and you fell out, they'd stay in, right? Because the Velcro that comes with these particular pads, don't know about any of us, but with these particular pads, right? And also the Velcro that was already in there that I used from these braces, because you're going to have to buy some of these anyhow, so you're going to get the pads. Or like I said, if not these, from somewhere else, but whatever, you get the gist, or just buy some Velcro. Right, but yeah, so let's take a look at the boat and I'll show you me putting them in, and because it's a trick is the wrong way, let's just show you and I'll stop waffling. To the boat. Okay then, paddlers. Right, oops, down a bit. That's the bit of the Velcro I was on about. That was from the original hip pad, and because of the shape, and these being so solid, if I get round that side, you can imagine they just don't work, so to speak, at this point. Everything just sticks. However, this is where I've come up with a way to get them to work. Let's just switch camera angles. That was just to show you. Jump shot. Okay then, paddlers. Now this is important. You don't have to do this every time you get in and out of the boat if you're paddling. You only have to do this when you set it up. You get your boat set up, you do this. You take them out when you pack away and repeat the next day or whenever. But what I mean is, if you get out of your boat 3 or 4 times during the day, you don't have to do this every single time, so it's just a one-off thing. Alright, put your seat in wherever position you want and get your pads, and we've already distinguished they don't fit properly, right? But line them up, which you'd have already marked and set and everything. Don't push them too tight at this point. Line them up again, and you see they're sort of like squashing up against the seat. I'm not going to lie and say it's easy. It's a little fiddly. You have to get them level. Right? And then push them down against the bottom of the seat. That one didn't. Oh yeah, it did. Just took it out again. You're basically squashing just slightly the edge of the seat to get them into the right position. Right, they're secured, they're not 100% tight yet. It's when you sit down and get in your, when you sit down and get in your boat, that helps push them into place. You can do this on dry land, right? You don't have to do this in the water. In fact, I recommend you don't do this in the water, actually. Right, so you get them exactly where you want them. They should be pretty much there anyhow. You see, now you can just adjust them a little bit. That's better. And then use your hips just to make sure they're locked in. You see, now when I was seeing, my feet are all tangly here. I ain't got me foot pegs up. Alright, I'll just use the hip braces. The hip braces, the thigh braces. Which I have got the thigh braces in. But when I was saying, you see, they're actually touching my hips now. And they're also connected to that Velcro on the boat. So when I get in and out, I'll show you in a minute. But at the moment now, if I take my knees off the hip pad, so you don't think I'm cheating, I can, the thigh braces, I can feel the pads. So I've got the control. I'm not going to go leaning right. I mean, we're on a freaking carpet floor, but the pads are there, and then in combination with the hip pads, you do feel fully locked in now. I mean, I am fully locked in there. I can feel the pads pushing up against me hips. And as always, I've got the wrong bloody gear on. As always, like I say, you can get in and out as many times as you want. I mean, they're in now. They're not gonna fall out. They're against the Velcro. They're locked in. Right, they're nice and firm. They feel comfortable. Right, and they're there. And basically, that's it for the rest of the day while you get in. I won't do it that way, by the way, with both feet in the air. But that's on it because I'm on dry land. But no, I can feel them hip pads. And apart from it being comfortable, in myself I feel better because I've got the control. You know exactly what I mean. If you go kayaking, you've already been in this situation with other kayaks where you've had to get hip pads and stuff. I've got the control. And when you add the thigh braces, I hate these little flaps on you. I know why they're there. You're meant to tuck them under the lip. But they always pop out. Just a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. But if my feet were on the pegs, and I was in completely the right position, I'd be 100% more comfortable. But no, them hip pads that I recommended, doing it this way, it's a little bit fiddly first of all, because when you very first do it, you get out the car, you're setting it up, and you find the seat bounces a bit one way, or the seat. I find if you put them both in together at the same time, and just push a little bit, don't try and lock them in completely. You do that bit when you sit in the boat. You're just trying to get them in the right place, and then you get in the boat on dry land, and then you can push them and put them into where they actually need to be. And then when you get out, you just get your boat on the water and you're off for the rest of the day. And hope you'll hear this. They do cave in, and I'll be quiet here. You can hear they have connected with a Velcro to the actual side of the boat. I love that sound. Some people hate that sound. I like that sound. Yeah, so it's just adjust this now. Oh no, because I had it on tilt, didn't I? There you go, there you go, green light, follow me now. Follow me, Matt. There's a boat down there, George. Yeah, so if you do it that way, these work great. Put as much or as little padding in the pouch as you need, and they are bloody good. So there you go. Little problem I had straight away solved. And if you're having the same problem, I hope this video helps you. Alright then, paddlers, I'm definitely going to leave it there then. I'm not going to repeat, or because I've been told I've got a nasty habit of explaining everything and then explaining it again. So I'm not going to repeat. I'm simply going to say, hope you liked the video, and catch you later. Cheers.